Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya187. As you may remember, Jani was singing while the Lord ground her wheat. Vanamali Krishna went to meet his Bhakta Savata. He ripped open his abdomen and hid God in his lotus heart. Hari, who has an infinite number of universes in his heart, hid himself in the heart of Savata. Nama came and drew him outside. Then there is the story of Brother Kabir, who lives in the far-off country Benares. Irshikeshi sat beside him and did his weaving. On the night of the festival to Shiva, Nama performed a kirtan in honor of Hari. 900,000 banners suddenly came down from heaven. The dweller in the heaven, Kailas, turned his temple to the west for him. Such extraordinary deeds are indescribable even by the Vedas and the Shastras. In this way, while continuing to grind, she sang her verses in love. The Lord of Pandari, listening to her, wagged his head in his love. Gonabai's repentance. When Gonabai heard Jani singing, she hastened to her hut and questioned, "Whom did you call here to help you grind? Tell me quickly whether you brought here a hired woman or a neighbor?" Jani did not reply a single word. She remained in perfect silence. Then Gonabai, with great anger in her heart, took a cane and, entering into Jani's hut, demanded of her to say who she was speaking to. "Our domestic affairs are in a very weak condition, and we have not enough flour in the house. What hired woman did you bring here? You give her grain from the grinding, constantly stealing it from us?" She struck Jani, but it fell on God's head. He immediately remarked, "My name is Vitai. I come here early in the morning to help Jani grind." When Nama heard the conversation, he understood its true meaning. "That was the life of the world whom you struck," Nama said to his mother. "You do not know this." Hearing him say this, Gonabai felt ashamed. She said, "I struck Irshikeshi?" From there, she then came back to her home. She said, "The good fortune of Jani is exceedingly extraordinary. She has made the husband of Rukmini subservient to her. Without realizing what I was doing, I went there and did what was wrong. He who is never seen even by Brahmadev and the other gods, him I beat with a stick. Accursed be my worldly thoughts." Thus speaking, she became very repentant. The beautiful cloud-dark complexioned Supreme Brahma, the husband of Rukmini, whose sight cools the heart and eyes, shows pity to Jani. Turning now to Jani, the handmill of indifference to earthly things was turning around the pivot of this earthly existence. She ground in love in the mill an immense amount of grain, in the form of deeds done in the former births. All that appeared in the shape of names and forms she ground in the mill. She mixed together the visible and the invisible and sat there unconcerned. Krishna then filled a basket with the flour and placed it aside. There was still a little time left of the night, and so he lay down on the easy bed as the life of the world was speaking to Jani. He fell asleep. When the dawn began to appear in the east, Nama's maid came to him and said, "O Irshikeshi, rise quickly. The worshippers will come to thy temple and will not see thee. If the very early morning songs of praise of the wick light waving are not sung, there will be an outcry in the city." The Lord of the world, hearing this, hastily arose. Sadguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.